astronaut walking on the red soil of Mars, full of hydrated iron oxide. In the neck, you have a camera to take those first historic steps. Let no one, however, will see. Because the man locked in a pressurized spacesuit with the American flag on his arm, officially never existed. According to confidential information collected by Lucas Cantamburlo, independent writer and researcher, NASA in 1970 organized 2 secret missions to Mars in collaboration with the Soviet Space Agency, in order to recover the artifacts of an ancient Martian civilization. Commanding the 2 secret missions there would be 2 well-known to the general public. Surprise, surprise! Astronauts Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin. Photos released by the independent website would show Buzz Aldrin during an exploration of the Martian soil. Details: Lucas Cantamburlo received them from his personal contact and top secret. The man, presumably a NATO military, would have been able to see the pressing equipment, in fact revealed how and when these missions were carried out, and what was their goal. Not only that, it also provided the material to support their claims, for photos actually show an American astronaut being on the Martian surface. These images were taken by a video within the groomed lake, says Cantamburlo. They are certainly digital, no doubt, can only speculate. Maybe are screenshots taken in front of a still video image, or they are pictures of images, that I do not know who took the pictures. It may have been my source or another person who then he forwarded to him. Groomed Lake is located within the most mysterious base, the infamous Area 51. From there the pictures have been sent to Lucas Cantamburlo by personal contact and secret. The images would show Buzz Aldrin walking on the surface of Mars. My source told me that the famous astronaut Buzz Aldrin would have been only the commander of the first manned mission secret to Mars called WPXVI, a mission in 1970 and organized as part of the project he described as Red Sun Project. Of these Martian expeditions, Lucas Cantamburlo obtained confirmation of another famous insider, Moonwalker 1966 Delta. The self-proclaimed commander of the Apollo 19 mission that officially never happened, had to reach the far side of the moon, to study closely the anomalies photographed from the previous Apollo missions. Mainly, a huge alleged ship is from time immemorial in the moon. But the Apollo 19 never reached its destination, due to a failure that threatened to kill the crew. And the story that the same Moonwalker 1966 Delta told Cantamburlo in an intense exchange of messages then become the book, pseudonym under which a famous former astronaut hid Apollo 20. The disclosure: the commander of Apollo 19, independently confirmed the existence of these secret Soviet-American joint missions on Mars, indicating the same name, Red Sun Project. But there's more. Some time ago a television of an American canal was a guest former astronaut Eugene Cernan, and the topic of discussion was the future of space exploration. Despite the economic crisis, the United States should invest billions of dollars to reach Mars in 2035, and says Buzz Aldrin. And Cernan, the question, replied, Buzz wants to Mars or Buzz wants to return to Mars. A simple slip of the tongue or an error that accidentally revealed a secret? Equally significant were the statements of Robert O. Dean, the former sergeant the United States Army and developer in the field of ufology, who was a guest on Speaker Exopolitics Summit 2009 in Barcelona, organized in July 2009. Dean was asked to comment on reports about the existence of a secret base on the moon. Bob Dean responded, talking about a secret space program, NASA separate, active for some time. Dean also mentioned the so-called Black Budget Department of Defense, Budgets and Financing secret United States Department of Defense. He also spoke of secret space launches that allegedly took place in the last 30 years, from the United States territory. In particular, he said, yes, we are in space, yes, we are on the moon, and yes, God help us, We have gone to Mars. The last statement is urgent, we went to Mars, which implicitly means it was sent as human crew. Another coincidence is also the enigmatic newly discovered symmetrical structures on Mars. A YouTube user, David Martins, with the help of Google Mars has found some formations on the surface of the red planet that recall images of a possible base. Martins has named the two structures Station Bio Station Alpha and Delta. In the late 80s, physicist Bob Lazar said that the United States not only have a base on the Moon, but also a secret base on Mars. Therefore, the man may have already been to Mars, and have left their footprints behind. But in this case, why is it so important to keep secret this great achievement? Why not tell the world such an exceptional feat? Why choose the path of silence and follow it for decades? The question is legitimate and lawful. It was probably space missions that have had the support of only certain circles, of certain power groups, while everything was hidden from most of the Earth's population. But why? And it is interesting to note the strong parallel with a theory proposed by a television program called Science Report in 1977, then removed after the issue of Alternative Episode 3. In the last episode, the documentary suggested the disturbing hypothesis that humans could extinct during the first half of this century because of a new ice age. As described in an article devoted to the subject, in the face of this disastrous perspective, the two superpowers, the United States and Russia, designed three alternatives to save the elite from the disaster, one of which involved the construction of underground cities on the Moon and Mars. Is it possible that the Red Sun project fits into a broader program of colonization of Mars, to deal with the impending ice age looming in the near horizon of humanity? The next film is a collection of images of 16mm ISV Columbus. This leaked video was used by NASA and the Air Force during meetings on classified missions Red Sun project. The images in total last about 40 minutes. It is said that this was the second manned mission to Mars, and took place on August 28, 1973.